guys, so welcome to a new video, and today we are here with one of my most anticipated movies review. Let's talk about Glass. So right away I'm going to just tell you that this is going to be a short one because my battery is flashing and I don't have any other time to film this. If I wait for it to recharge, the sun is going to go down and I won't have light, and I really want to post this today, so let's just jump right into it. As you may already know, because of my most anticipated movies of 2019, Glass was one of those. And Glass is basically the last part of the trilogy with Unbreakable and Split. However, I'm just going to say that you can watch Unbreakable without watching any of the others. Same goes for Split. You're going to understand better the very end of Split if you watch Unbreakable. But I watched Split the first time without watching Unbreakable and it was fine by me. But this movie, you basically have to have watched the first two to understand. This is not a standalone movie, so this is clearly for the fans of the first two movies. And I'll get more into that in a bit. So, basically the premise of this movie, if you don't know anything about it, is about kind of superheroes, but superheroes in real life. And in this last part, the main characters from the two previous movies. So David Dunn, which is basically the hero, and Elijah Price, which is Mr. Glass, which is kind of the bad guy. Mr. Glass kind of team up with one of Kevin's personality from Split, which is like the Beast, and basically the bad guys team up and the hero has to fight them. This is like really basic, but there's a lot more that I just can't talk about because if I do, I'll give you spoilers. So that's basically it as for the premise of the movie. You might already know that this movie stars James McAvoy, Bruce Willis, Samuel L. Jackson and Sarah Paulson. The first three actors were in the previous movies, but Sarah Paulson is a new character for this movie and she plays a big part, but her character isn't anything out of the box, like she's pretty normal. Now we're jumping into my thoughts on the movie. So you already know that this was one of my most anticipated movies. I think it was in the second place. So as you can imagine, I had high expectations. I didn't have really high as I did with Suspiria, but yeah, I was anticipating this movie and I think it did. It matched my expectations, but a big part of the movie was kind of slow, and as you can imagine, you only get to that really action-packed part of the movie in the end. But the end has so many things. Like, for me, what made the movie was the ending, because it just really different from what you're used to, and it just blew my mind, seriously. I wasn't expecting basically anything that happened. Usually I'm really like keen on details and I like to think what's going to happen, like see hints here and there, but I was really like surprised when everything happened in the end, and yeah, for that I really liked it. Once again, for me, James McAvoy makes the movie. You know, Samuel L. Jackson is amazing, Bruce Willis is also amazing, but for me the star of the movie is James McAvoy, because how many characters he plays and how much commitment he had to put into those characters. I've watched some interviews where he says that he really had to work out and try to be buff for the Beast, and every time he had a scene as the Beast he had to like work out before that scene, so it was like sweaty and buff and everything. So it just shows how good of an actor he is. And yeah, like I said, I really got into him in Split, and this is just another proof how amazing he is. Also, as I said before, this is a movie for the fans of the previous ones. So if you haven't watched the previous ones or you didn't like them, you might as well not watch this one, because it's not going to add anything to your life. So a warning. This also has a lot more superhero stuff than in Split. So yeah, just a warning if you don't really like superhero stuff. I think this is a really good concept of superheroes in real life, and it just mixes everything that I like, because I love superheroes and I love like thrillers and mysteries and horror. So this is a good like combo of everything. And I guess my only criticism in this movie, but it isn't really, because I knew that this wasn't going to happen, is it could have a lot more gory scenes. Like, there's some gory scenes, but they aren't really explicit, and I think for me this would be better with those scenes more explicit, with a lot more blood. And yeah, but this was a PG-13 movie, so I knew this wasn't going to have gory stuff, or at least not as gory as I would like. So, to my scores. Overall, I give it a 4 out of 5. Split is still my favorite. Actually, I rewatched Split before watching this movie, and I still give it a 5 out of 5. But Glass isn't as good as Split in my opinion, so 4 out of 5 it is. Cinematography wise, I give it a 3 out of 5. There's not really anything out of the ordinary. If so, there are some scenes that kind of bugged me. Some scenes had like a composition with the actors way to one side and nothing in the other, and that kind of bugs me, but there's not really much scenes like that in the movie, so it wasn't a big deal. But on the other side, there's nothing that really stood out to me, so a 3 out of 5, because it's fine. And originality wise, I give it a 3.5 out of 5. I think it's original, the concept of superheroes in real life, without all the Marvel and DC stuff with like really big powers, or like suits and tights and stuff like that. So it is a different concept, but being the last movie of the trilogy, it means that it doesn't really have much. It doesn't really have a lot of different aspects to it. So I think Split had a really different idea. Unbreakable was okay, I guess, but this one is pretty much like good versus evil, and they have to battle. So it's an ordinary superhero storyline, but with the twist that it is in real life. So it is original, but isn't as original as Split in my opinion. And yeah guys, these are my thoughts on Glass. Overall, I really liked it. I know that this movie was basically targeted to me. I'm the kind of person that likes this type of movies, so I kind of knew that I was going to like. I loved Split, so this is just a continuation of Split, so yeah, I really liked it. I understand if you didn't, but if you liked the previous two, I'm sure you love this one as well. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you thought. Did you like the movie? Did you not? Which one of the three is your favorite? I'd love to know that. And yeah, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're not subscribed yet, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!